everyone, let's draw a gingerbread house today. We're going to start with the very top of the roof, and this is going to be an easy step. We're just going to draw a straight line at the top. Okay. And from there, from the two endpoints, we're going to go down into straight lines that are like a little bit angled. So you start there, and then you go almost to the halfway point of your page. And same thing on the other side, okay? Our gingerbread house is going to have a really big roof. Now from these endpoints, you're going to draw a straight line towards the middle of the page, but you're going to end right about there, okay? Because we're going to draw a little detail in the middle of the roof. Draw the same thing on the other side. So start here, go towards the middle, and stop so that there's a little bit of a space. Okay, now in the space that you left there, let's draw an upside down V. Just like that, okay? Now, to draw the actual house, so that's the roof. To draw the actual house, we're gonna draw a line from about here. So leave like a little bit of the roof hanging over the house. So you're gonna draw a line from here down towards the bottom of your page. Leave a little bit of space on the bottom. And the same on the other side. Okay. Now, hopefully your two lines are kind of on the same line here. You're going to connect them, okay, with a straight line. And if they don't meet up, if they don't match up, you can just kind of fix your lines so that these are all connected, okay, if that makes sense. So it's almost like a tilted square for the bottom part of our house here. Now this is the main shape of the house, actually. This is going to be way easier than the haunted house. If you drew the haunted house with me, there's a lot less details on this house. But we are going to draw a rectangle for the door. And you can go ahead and just draw some stripes on the front to make it look like a wood door that maybe you decorated using some extra pieces of gingerbread. And let's draw a few squares for some windows, okay? So I'm maybe gonna put one here. Maybe a window on the other side. Just my square. And then do you see how there's like this space here? I think it would be cool if we did like maybe a longer, maybe rectangular window up in that section. Okay, so there's 3 windows. Let's draw a chimney on this house too. So up at the top, let's just draw like a little square. And then on top of that, we're going to draw a very skinny rectangle that's a little bit bigger, that hangs off the edge a tiny bit, just like that, okay? Now let's add some detail to the house and to the windows and everything like that. So on all the windows, I'm just going to do like a plus sign, basically. So a line down and a line across on all 3 of my windows. Now another thing that we have to do, if you've ever made a gingerbread house, you'll know that how you have to put it together is you use like a frosting, you use that white icing. So I'm pretty much going to draw a line around everything, which will sort of make it look like that icing. And then when we color, we'll leave this white, okay? So basically how I do that is I'm going to draw, see, a bigger square around this window. A bigger square around this window. A rectangle around this window. So basically it's the same shape, but just a little bigger than what you had done to make it look like that icing. And you're gonna do that around everything. Let's even do that around the door. So it's the same shape. And we're even gonna do it around the entire house, okay? So it's kind of like you're just outlining it. Okay, so it's the same exact shape of the house, just a little bit bigger. And even the roof, okay? So here's my icing on my roof. Let's do it on this side too. Okay. So it's starting to look like a gingerbread house. How it's going to really look like a gingerbread house are some of the other details, and we'll even add like some candy on it. One cool detail, let's give like a little scalloped edge to our roof. And the scalloped line is basically just a bunch of U's. So we're just gonna draw a bunch of U's all the way around our roof. This is gonna make it look like a really cute little gingerbread house. I know I said this would be easier than the haunted house. There's not going to be as many details like this, don't worry. But see how it already kind of looks more like a cute little gingerbread house. Okay. So there's our scalloped edge to our little house. Now we're gonna do the same thing, but bigger inside of the roof, okay? So we're gonna draw very big U's on the top, all along our roof. Okay, so here's one row. The second row, I'm going to do it a little bit differently, so that the end of the U touches the middle of the U on top, okay? Basically, that will help make it look like they're kind of layered. Well, if you run into any issues, you can kind of just stop. That's no big deal. And then maybe just draw a line in the middle. So as best you can, draw your big U's in rows up at the top. I think I'll be able to fit about 4 rows up there. You might be able to fit less. Maybe you can fit a little bit more. And here's one more. Whoa. The last row is a little hard to do because you're kind of trying to fit it in the same line as this bottom line of your roof, but it's okay. Just do the best you can. Okay. So it's not perfect by any means, but it still looks kind of cool. It looks like, you know, the gingerbread cookies that you put on top. Now, let's add some details of some candy, okay? Again, if you've ever made a gingerbread house, you'll know that usually the kit comes with like a lot of candies that you can just stick all over the house wherever you want. So feel free at this point to decorate it however you want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add like little circles on each of my little roof shingles here to make it look like the little M&M candies. So basically just a circle in the middle. I'm trying to keep them the same size, but some of my little shapes are smaller, so they have to be a little smaller, but it's okay. All right. A couple more to go. Okay, maybe down in the bottom, we do a couple more circles like around the door to make it look like some sprinkles or some candies that we attached to the front door. Maybe we can put in also a few of those like little peppermint candies. The candies that kind of look like this, that are circle candies. But then if you just draw lines kind of crisscrossing, they're almost like the peppermint candies that are red and white all around. Maybe we do a couple of those. So you draw your circle and then your crisscross shapes. Maybe over here. Okay. I'll give you a second to catch up if you're trying to follow exactly along with me. Now I'm also going to do like a couple of details. Sometimes when I've made gingerbread houses, I like to use the frosting and kind of make like little swirly designs just to kind of make it look extra cute. So I'll show you how I do that. Maybe since we have a little, or at least I have a little section here that's open, maybe I'll do a little swirl here. So all I do is that I just kind of go up almost like in an upside down J. And then at the end, I just do like a little spiral. And then you do another one right underneath. So you start at the same end point, you go up and around in your spiral. And then you do another one facing the other direction. So you go up and around in the other direction and then end your line with a little spiral. Okay, let's try to do the same thing on the other side, okay? So you go up into your J, into your spiral. You can do another one right underneath your spiral line. And then up and around. You could even just do other shapes there if you want, or you can just draw more candies. You could draw heart shapes, you could draw stars, whatever you want to put there, okay? Let's give this a little doorknob. We'll just do a little circle in the middle there to make it look like a doorknob. Maybe the chimney has like a little loopy line here, which goes up and around a couple times, as many times as you can fit. So I think that's actually it for the house. Now I'm just gonna do a little bit like for its backyard. Let's draw some candy canes. So a candy cane, it's kind of like an upside down J. And then at the bottom, you just do a rounded line, or like a curved line, kind of like a U. And then you go back up and around. And then you can just end it with like either a straight line or like a slightly curved line. maybe we do a couple over here. So you go up into your upside down J. Your curved line on the bottom. And then back up and down. And then put your little line on the bottom. Maybe we do one more super small candy cane. Well, not super small, but smaller than that one. So up and around. There's your upside down J. Put a little U at the bottom. And then up and around again. Okay. Now I'm gonna do another kind of scalloped line down here, just a bunch of different sized U's all along the background, jumping over my candy canes, but this is gonna kind of make it look like a snowy background, okay? See all my little bumps? And then I'm gonna finish it off on this side. All my little U's upside down. Okay, oops, what did we forget on the candy canes? I totally forgot to do the stripes. If you already did those, good for you. So you just kind of draw stripes on them. Your straight lines. Actually, usually I angle them a little bit because that's actually how the candy canes are. They have like angled lines a little, but it's kind of hard to do the angles on the curve, but you can just basically draw stripes on it. And when you color it, if you're coloring, you can color them, you know, red and white or red and white and green. I've even had blue and white candy canes before. Let's put stripes on this guy. Okay, almost there. Okay, give you a second to catch up on your candy cane stripes. Now I'm just gonna do a couple more little pieces of candy. I'm gonna draw some gumdrops here to make it almost look like bushes in front of the house. So the gumdrops, I'm gonna draw basically an upside down U with a straight line at the bottom. Okay, so that's basically my gumdrop. It's gonna be super simple shape. And I'm just gonna do kind of a bunch going across my yard, okay? But I'm gonna stop right in front of the door. So I'm just kind of spacing them out. Okay, I'm gonna skip over my door. Okay, I'm gonna leave a little space there, so I'm gonna put something else there. So here's all my little gumdrops. It's okay if some are a little bit bigger. I ended up doing 11, but you can do more or less, whatever you can fit on your paper. I'm kind of using a smaller paper today. Now the final thing I wanted to do with my house, let's give it like a little walkway, like some pretend candy stepping stones going up to my door. So to do that, I'm just gonna draw some ovals in front, okay? So maybe just 2, because I don't want to go too far off of my page. So there, it just looks like 2 little candy stepping stones. Okay, so now I'm done with my drawing and I'm ready to color. I'm gonna speed up this part like I usually do, but I will catch back up with you guys at the end to show you my finished drawing, okay? See you in a minute. everyone, here's my finished gingerbread house. It does take a lot of patience to color around all your little pieces of candy, so if you finished everything, then congratulations. Thanks you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you back here soon, okay? Bye! If you guys liked making art with me today, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my new videos. Hope to see you back here again soon.